welcome back to somebody on the recipe and to another edition of Survivor Series War Games out of 10. In recent years, the annual event has come home to a double ring cage match, and Saturday saw us get a double dose with a men and women's bout, as well as much more, including IC title on the line, US title on the line, and the World Heavyweight Championship. But we kicked things off with a women's War Game match, and Bailey and Nia Jax kicked off with their teams after a long introduction passage, and the order entry for the remaining competitors was Naomi, then Candice, then Bianca Belair, then Tiffany Stratton, then Io Sky, then Raquel Rodriguez, then Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. But yeah, Bailey and Jax put each other through the ringer before anyone else even made it to ring, and they were softening each other up because nobody could win until everyone was in the ring. The match followed usual War Games patterns, the side taking control whenever a new member entered the ring. This means the first 30 minutes of the match was just the weapon spots designed to fill time before everyone is in the ring. When it's Morgan's turn, she brought her signature baseball bat to the ring. The heels held Ripley while Morgan hit her several times. The match had many cool individual moments, but most of it were going. There were a few awkward and disjointed spots, but that's obviously not uncommon with the chaos of War Games. But it was noticeable here. There was a great effort by all 10 women involved, though. Even if it had slow moments, the exciting things were really made up for it, and Ripley won with her team hitting the riptide and the magnitude. This was fun, may have benefited from being a bit shorter, but I think, with Ripley finally getting a big win over Morgan on the big stage, it makes sense. I thought it's a really fun match. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Then got LA Knight tossing the US title on the line against Nakamura. The King of Strong Style had the upper hand right away, but Knight took the turntables on him after a couple of minutes and started controlling the pace. It's always difficult when a card is bookended by two stipulation matches. Whatever goes on second is going to have a tough time getting the crowd excited after just witnessing the mayhem. They did their best to make this a competitive bout with a good pace. On any card like this would have been a highlight, but on a night like this, it kind of felt like an afterthought before it even started. That being said, it was a solid effort from both. It certainly picked up in the second half, and after hitting a reverse DDT on the steel plate between the two things, Nakamura hit the Kinshasa to pick up a win and earn the US title. Yeah, a bit of a shock result, but I think Nakamura finally getting the push he deserves, especially under Triple H, could be really good, and hopefully, he can have a really strong character. Maybe time for Knight to move on as well. So yeah, I'm not against it. 7 out of 10. Before Braun Breaker put the IC title on the line in a triple threat match against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser took a bit of a breather at ringside while Sheamus and Breaker fought. He tried to bring out a chair to the ring, but Breaker laid him out before he could use it. For a little while, the Celtic Warrior and the US champion teamed up to beat on Mr. A Plus. Everything but Breaker quickly turned on Sheamus. The lack of DQs and countouts in a triple threat helped this bout, but they didn't really rely heavily on weapons, while was actually doing to benefit, because they were never going to outdo what we saw in the War Games matches. The bout just relied on power and intensity of all three competitors. Sheamus is the legend, Breaker is the future, and Kaiser is one of the most reliable hands, and they mesh well to put on a physical contest. Kaiser narrowly managed to stop Sheamus from winning by putting the crowd by putting the ref out of the ring. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome," as all men trading near falls, and it was Breaker who with a spear to retain. This is tons of fun, especially during the last 10 minutes. And I think Breaker, with the momentum he's got at the moment, him retaining is definitely the right call. So yeah, I thought this was really strong. 7 out of 10. We then got Gunther against Damian Priest. The third and final title match took place here, and Gunther retaining the title as expected. The ring runner took his time locking up and appeared a little hesitant, which the announcers played up quite a bit. After some initial wariness, Gunther began to turn up the aggression and dish out the kind of punishment we're used to seeing from him. The crowd was a bit quiet at times due to the slower pace, but it woke up a bit whenever they did something big. Gunther's first shot got an especially loud reaction. As expected, they picked up the pace in the second half and made the fight feel more intense, but it was missing some their previous encounter had, and it's tough to pinpoint exactly what. As Priest was recovering from ringside, Balor hit with a coup de grace out of nowhere. Gunther took out Balor and then brought Priest back in powerbomb and sleeper to win the match. Yeah, I thought it was good, but maybe didn't quite reach the heights of their previous matches mentioned, and still pretty solid. Obviously the right result. I'll give it 7 out of 10. The main event saw the men's War Games match between a new and OG version of Bloodline. Tamara and Jay started the match, and after that we got Reed, then Jimmy, then Fatu, then Zayn, then Tonga Loa, then CM Punk, then Sakura, and then finally the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Jay and Tamara took a moment to size each other up before engaging in a fist fight. Reed entered the match before turning it into a 2-on-1 fight, but Jay's brother ended up a few minutes later to even it up. Fatu goes a new Bloodline advantage again by decimating Usos as soon as he got to the ring. Reigns stopped Punk from going in third, so Zayn could go instead. When it looked like Reigns would enter the match, Punk walked past and got into the cage. Nice little bit between those two. He grabbed the toolbox from under the ring and used it to fight off all four men on the opposing team. Sakura and Reigns entered last for their respective teams, but the ref no longer had the key, so Reigns had to climb over the top to get inside. Paul Heyman showed up and tried to ensure Punk and Reigns stayed on the same page. Punk helped Reigns avoid Reed's splash from the top of the cage, and it seems obvious to solidify that bit. The OG bloodline surrounded Solo and took turns hitting him with various moves that ended with Reigns taking the spear for the win. Punk's got hugs from everyone on the team except the ATC. Reigns offered his hands, and Punk shook it as the pleased Heyman looked on from ringside. Yeah, I thought this was great. The fun spots, Roman finally getting his win back. The pop it got for the OTC, some of the cool slots were out, and then obviously the Punk Reigns stuff, which is obviously going to set a big match down the line as well. I thought this worked really well, and it's created an excellent main event. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Overall, Survivor Series War Games gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, pretty close between 7 and 8, really. I thought the War Games matches were excellent. Some of the matches we got on the main card throughout were really decent as well. Some great storytelling angles, some really fun spots. On the whole, I thought, yeah, it was just a really good pay-per-view by WWE. Really enjoy these War Games nights. And yeah, once again, this one definitely didn't disappoint. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.